And tonight I'm here with a band that I'm taking with me since my teenage days. Today we're talking with Gong. So I'm so happy, so excited and to know about, because now we go back in 1973, where you were not in the band, but obviously otherwise you would be like 200 years old. But Angel Sag has been one of these seminal albums for me. That's why I'm so excited. And tonight I saw, okay, they are playing in Copenhagen. Gong, oh my, are they still there? Okay, let's go and see. I got mind blown, literally. And so, okay, yeah, I want to know about now, because, okay, first of all, tonight's show, congratulations, I love it.
Grazie.
Every minute.
Grazie.
So we are here with
Kavus.
And Fabio.
Fabio.
yeah,
This is easy for the Italians.
Yeah.
The Banishing. Here you go.
Yeah.
And we have Fabio with your songs.
Yeah, my
Songs
songs and
and
visions.
visions.
Yes. My
We
songs.
will come to your solo project and we will come to what you did tonight for us.
Okay.
But Davide is excited, and this is so excited because today you give us an incredible concept. I was mind blown. I wasn't preparing for an interview, but I say we must do that.
Yeah.
So,
So Davide, that's your time.
yeah, we need to talk about planet Gong. You mentioned the planet Gong, and Gong is a planet. So where is going now the planet? Tell about the set list. How the set list you chose tonight, I mean, was...
How did you figure it out? How did you prepare this show?
Well, I think this set, we've been kind of doing it. It's been progressing. It's kind of ever since the last album, Ascending, came out. We've been kind of doing a similar one, and then, extending some bits, shortening some until each night we get further in. So we've just come back from touring. We did 4 weeks in the US, and then we'd bring the same set here and just get deeper and deeper into it. It's
Okay, so-
and each night, we're finding new things, and songs that we wrote, 10 years ago, we're still finding new things in it. I think it's really
There's a
it's a real trip. Yeah.
So it was something in this set list that was resonating with you, that you felt like this is my part of the set list.
No, in fact, completely what Kavus is saying, this set list is basically in our compositions. What we do, we at some point in this lineup of the band, we decided to play the music that we composed together, but keeping, of course, the spirit of the old Gong, because we all played with David Allen before he died, because this was his last band. And gradually we lose some old stuff that we play and put the same vibe with our compositions. So this is how this setup became our setup.
Yeah.
Because we change until we have our music.
Yeah. It's been a gradual process. I mean, we started with this lineup of the band. I mean, we didn't know where it was going to go. We started doing it 10 years ago, right at the end of David Allen's life, when he was too ill to tour, and he told us, you should continue.
Okay.
So we started touring while David was still alive, and he saw videos and heard, desk recordings, and he said to us, "You've got to carry this band on. You've got to take it further, take it to." And so we only had there was just one choice: either do it or don't do it. It was a binary thing, and if we did it, then it always had to go this way. We could never be a sort of covers band or a tribute band because. It's just not what we're artists. That's not what we feel.
Not what David wants. David always pushed the musicians. This is one of the points in Gong. David always, when he was a leader, maybe always pushed the musicians to do their own stuff. This is why you say, "Oh, my part in this set list, for example, is to create the atmosphere with the glissando." Kavus leads all the way through the band. Each of us has parts that we put our experiences.
And something I loved about this concert, beside of the energy that you have, that is incredible. I saw many historical bands, but when people are not the cover of themselves, but they still express their art in a genuine way as you did, it really resonates. Something I love of today is that Dave was a bit there. I think you play in your videos a small tribute to him, right? But I can really see also the soul of your solo project. We have Kavus and your very rock psychedelic kind of catch. But we also have Fabio. I wanted you here. I was asking you before because I really saw this ambient, the stars, the color, the sea, and for me, it really gave a special taste to this show.
Yeah. Well, in fact, this album is I composed this album in between the Gong tours, so it's a bit of reflection of what we are doing together. There's a lot of ambient here that I play in Gong.
Yes.
A lot of parts here I explore doing with Gong. For me, I always have the same mindset for music. I want to sound like psychedelic and ambient, or giving all this atmospheric sonic to my music. And so I do this in Gong, I do this in my project, I do this in other projects. I do because I only can play this.
And that's perfect. We should express what we feel. And what was it for you, Kavus, to join this band, a very famous, very established band, and that's something of yours at a certain point, because now you have the torch, so it's your thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was, it was when David asked me to join, I was so taken aback, and I always loved Gong, and I thought, well, this is something I can contribute to. I was already leading my own band, and I was a writer, so the idea was, well, I'd like to work with David and these guys and see what I could write, what I could bring to it. And then, things changed very quickly, and then, we made one record, and then we were left with this effectively inheriting this band and trying to work out, well, what do we do? How do we do it? What do we consider to be Gong? What do we not consider to be Gong? How do we move forward? And I think the first record that we moved forward.
How you separate yourself to the common project also, and now you blend them together maybe at a certain point.
Well, it's I have a certain language, but I play in a certain accent, my stuff has a certain stink to it.
Yeah.
With my solo stuff, it's a lot more sort of autobiographical. I sing about like my life and what I'm going through and what's happening to me. Whereas with Gong, it's more of a universal thing. I think more trying to really, I suppose, writing about my psychedelic experiences and that my sort of metaphysical thoughts and that real chance to explore that side of things, the more sort of mystical side, I suppose.
Can we say that these Gong, your solo project and also yours, are basically two different sides of your soul, that in one side is stimulated in one way, and in the Gong side is stimulated. It's still your soul.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Okay, now I got you.
No, I think so, because I don't feel that anything that we're doing feels sort of compromised or like we're trying to be like the old stuff. I mean, but having just played together for so long, when we play together, that's the sound of Gong, But I mean, one of the things that we sort of had no idea we'd end up here, and it's really taken over our lives now. I mean, it used to be back in 2016, 17, we were maybe doing Gong like a couple of months a year, 3 months a year. Now it's just the whole time. It's completely taken over our lives, and it's lovely. It's not somewhere we expected to be. We still don't know where it's going to go, really.
But even if it's a mask, even if it's a planet, a mask, a different setup for you, it's still your creativity.
Yeah, of course.
And again, I can't overstress it too much, but today, seeing you playing so comfortably and so happy to be here with us, it really connected, and that's a rare thing. Don't underrate it, because You can see a lot of historical bands, they are there for the show, for the big hits. But what you had was more.
Yes.
I can see that you as people were giving us, part of the experience. When you see the stage, that had the emotion that the people have.
But I mean, it's incredible. I mean, we don't. I mean, every single day, I remember what a privilege it is to be doing this, to be just out here sharing music with people and being out and being out around these all different parts of the world and going and just meeting you guys, just making these connections. I mean, what a job! What a great thing when we get to make people's lives better and to share in that experience. I can't think of anything better than that.
Where the show, so you said like you were in the United States, now you've been, so why did you are around Europe? Because
5 weeks, yeah, so this is the fourth show, we have another 22, yeah.
Okay, wow, alright, so...
Yeah, we are beginning the tour, in fact.
Okay.
Yeah, Germany is next, and then you have Sweden.
No, we keep going back to Germany, it's all
I think you go round to Scandinavia, down to Poland, Austria, Czech Republic, and then back
to Germany,
back to Germany and France.
Are you
And
going
Finland
back
as well.
to Italy this
No, this
lately?
year.
No,
This year.
this time, if you miss them, you miss them.
We did
No,
two
no,
great shows
Yeah, we did do
2
this one.
years ago,
If
22.
you miss them, you buy a ticket for Germany, it's close by.
Well,
so you move
you
fast and you go to see them.
You tell the Italian promoters to book us, so we'll play anywhere that we're booked.
Yeah,
Where did you play in Italy?
We
Two
played
festivals.
Verona.
Verona, and we play in a festival near Bologna.
Yeah.
Okay, now we
We will
send a
find
message to the organizer, to the agent in Italy, book them also solo, not only festival, because, this show.
I was
Sure.
blown away. And here I want to go a bit, one of the songs you played, you bring us from the depth of the sea to the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I think
A
that's
great
Lunar
experience.
Invocation, probably. I think that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Which
why
is one of these
it
two
was-
albums?
it's on this one.
It's
But
on the, oh, some
but
back.
it's
No,
really.
the song starts with this. There's my song with Waco to the sea and then transform to the lunar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now
two
we
Alright,
are
so I'm lucky that I got them both,
Yeah.
so that's good. I have this one and this one, so I feel like a very lucky potato. I am.
And the Lucky Potato, that song was absolutely amazing. I was grooving, I was feeling so much the music, and I really felt that it was so contemporary in the sound. There's many bands today, or in the recent time, that has been going down that alley. God is an Astronaut, Tool, if you are a bit more in other music, with the mysticism and the progressive and the ambient melt into the music. But what to give to us was, for me, an experience that I didn't feel with any of this band. And I feel like don't want to be derivative, but it really still gives something modern and new and very indie in his own
Yeah,
right.
sure, yeah.
So you should take credit for that. No, because honestly,
Thank
it's
you.
easy.
No, but I mean, it's
It's
I'm not
easy
wanting
to
we,
do.
we try to do the best we can. We really want. I mean, sorry to lose my words to it, but hearing this is what we want people to. This is you're saying what we want people to feel, but you don't want to be presumptuous. We want to feel like we're raising consciousness. We go out there wanting to transform ourselves and people, but of course, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But when you hear that it's worked and it's lovely, because this is what we're trying to do. We do. I don't like to say serious because it sounds very sort of po-faced, but we're really into it. We want this thing to be a transformative thing. I mean, rock music for me was a completely religious experience. As a child hearing it just sounded like it was being beamed from another dimension. And that's what we want it to still sound like 50 years, or how many years of wild guitars later, and still I want it to sound really exciting and, like transformative, because there's no other, I don't want to say there's no other art form, but what I love about rock music, or psychedelic rock, it can take aspects of Eastern mysticism and like strange Indian scales, and then rock and roll and like heavy metal and jazz and take all the classical and Bartok, take all these influences and turn it into something righteous.
And
I
I
think
think it only adds to
Yeah.
It's a timeless music. That's why I make it survive so much. Maybe you play in different key, you have different instrument, electronic sound, whatever you feel. Maybe it's not your thing, but it's a timeless music because the idea is timeless. And for you, Fabio, I was very curious because we were talking a bit before, and you grew up in Brazil from Italian parents.
Yeah.
And you were mailing like crazy these guys. And then at a certain point you get into the band, but you come from a very different type of setup. I mean, Gong, he was very British, from the psychedelic British French, and you are from Brazil. So how was for you, what did it mean for you to get into the psychedelic sound?
Well, in fact, I grew up in Brazil, as I say, in a family, Italian family, but I was in the early 70s, I was young, but in the mid 70s I started listening to the psychedelic Brazilian music.
Right.
Of course, I went to that scene. And then I discovered a lot of psychedelic music, Pink Floyd and all these bands. And Gong came just after, because one of my favorite bands was Soft Machine. So then I discovered David Allen was the main former of Soft Machine, and then, but he left Soft Machines before the first album. So I discovered Gong. And what happened is I was very interested in psychedelic music since I was 16, 17 maybe. And when I listened to Gong, this really changed my vision of what psychedelic music is. Because I like jazz. I was very interested in jazz at that time. And the Gong has everything. As Kavus said, Gong has jazz, has a kind of anarchist things, has a kind of Eastern weird music like Arabic or Balinese, like Indonesian.
It could be anything.
So Gong for me was, at that time I was 16, it was a completely new universe for me.
I really feel your music and your experience and the Brazilian jazz get into this music, and I absolutely appreciated that you take the chance not to live as a copy of what was the music of Gong, but really give your imprint to that.
Exactly, yeah. This in my album, I have a lot of my main influences. I have a bit of Brazilian here.
This is the question that I want to do first to you and then to you. You talk about Brazilian psychedelia. Please tell me 2 bands to suggest to the viewers
Well,
from the psychedelia Brazilian that you cannot miss.
Well, there is one famous, of course, the Mutantes is one of the most famous Brazilian psychedelic band. They formed in the late 60s and play until 70s, but they're still on. And I had a very good friend, unfortunately he's not here anymore, but he was a very good psychedelic artist from the 90s to 2000. He called Jupiter Apple or Jupiter Maçã. He was one of the greatest Brazilian latest psychedelics.
Sorry, can we repeat it just
yes,
slowly so we ensure that
one is Mutantes, Os Mutantes, and the other one is Jupiter Apple.
Jupiter Apple and Mutantes. So you go and find it.
Yeah, and for you, my question is, alright, now tell me, you're about to go out with your friends, having a good night, you're about to go and you play a record, and you have to pick up a record
in an endless collection.
In your collection, that you say, okay,
Just about to go out.
you're just about to go out.
I think I played South of Heaven by Slayer.
Here we go!
Second best riff ever.
Okay.
On riff, and then it's South of Heaven,
It's heavy metal.
We are on Heavymetalwebzine and we have to talk about Slayer.
Yeah.
It's a heavy metal website.
Okay.
My brother plays in a band, played in a band called Corsos. I don't know if you know this, Brazilian. Corsos, they're Brazilian.
Corsos.
Heavy metal, black metal, not black metal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.